Things look a little bit different here in the Warrior Dome. Here to kick off the 2021 boys varsity basketball season. No fans in the bleachers due to COVID guidelines, and that includes us coming to you live from the Waycam studio. Hello everyone and welcome to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland varsity basketball. I'm Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Gabe Leikerman, and we are getting ready for a DCL rivalry matchup between the Wayland Warriors and the Weston Wildcats. So we're just about to start play here. Hopefully we can get this graphic off the screen for you guys. There we go. And Weston will start with the ball. So Gabe, first game of the season. A lot to look forward to here for Wayland.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at Wayland. This is a new season, whole new season basically with the whole COVID thing, no fans.
Stevens three, no good, rattles around. Secured by Larson, gets it to Moody, and we are underway.
Wayland's first possession. Let's see what they can do here.
As you guys can see at home, everyone is wearing masks. Part of the new guidelines. There are many of them. Also, you see the clock, 4 minutes. We will get a mask break. That will be a backcourt violation from Wayland. Weston ball. So yeah, Gabe, first game of the season, completely different team coming in the year for the Warriors after their incredible postseason run last year. What can we expect to see today and down the line from this team?
Well, I'm expecting them to play a lot of zone just because of the 7-footer on this team, Sawyer. That's a good bucket inside the paint there from Weston, taking a 2-0 lead. But
Yeah.
as I was saying, they're going to play a lot of zone because he is a big man. He's going to try to get inside, and they're going to need to guard the paint to stop him.
As now Larson, Lee in the corner. Back to Larson. Larson puts up a shot. Finds nothing on that one. Now Van Houten to Jenkins. Stevens can really shoot. Now Van Houten, 3 ball, swishes it in. Quick 5-0 lead here from Weston. A little bit of a similar start to what we saw last year on senior night. Weston got out to an early 10-point lead. Lee, deep 3,
And
gets it to go.
Answers one of his own.
First basket of the season for Wayland, and who else but 4-year Wayland varsity player Noah Lee. Into Jenkins. Jenkins for 2, gets it to go. And actually a little bit of a surprise here. I do not see Sawyer Mayhew. It was not known before that he would not be playing, but it seems like he isn't. Anyways, as Weston gets it on a turnover there, Van Houten.
And that's a travel.
That'll be a double dribble.
Never mind.
By Van Houten. Pretty much the same thing, but yeah, obviously Wayland Weston, a lot of history, big rivalry. Biggest rivalry for Wayland across all sports, but basketball hasn't been very competitive the past few years. I think we can expect it to be more competitive this year.
Yeah, agreed. Wayland has dominated the last couple years, including last year with the 2-0 sweep at home when they won by 25 points last time out.
As now Luke DeCelli, little spin move there. Not sure if it was very necessary in this situation. Can't get it to go. Weston will try to make something out of that. Now, searching for someone. Van Houten in, draws a foul. I believe it'll be Dalek Emanuel, the senior captain for Wayland, who fouled. Yeah, so starting 5 for Wayland out there right now. Luke DeCelli, Noah Lee, Dalek Emanuel, Porter Moody, and Mac Larson, as Van Houten will shoot. Not a technical foul, just with the new guidelines. That's how free throws work. First shot, nobody at the line. Second shot, the defending team will have 2 guys. The team that's shooting will have 1. And that one guy for Weston is Colin Del Ducetto, as Van Houten shoots the second one. Can't hit it, goes 0 for 2 at the line. But Weston secures a rebound, stolen by Lee immediately. Lee. Emanuel, 3. No good. Knocked out of bounds.
Wayland ball.
Wayland will stay with the ball. But yeah, obviously very, very different team for Wayland from last year for Wayland. Lost 8 players, including 6 seniors. 4 of their top 6 scorers are gone. So it could take a little while to get used to this team, not only for us, but for them. Got to get that chemistry going, especially when they may not have had as much time to get ready for the season with COVID.
Yeah, and that's going to be...
I believe they call that a clean block, but it will stay Wayland ball. 13 left on the clock.
And really, that team chemistry, that's on the seniors and the captains mostly. Noah Lee, Porter Moody, they've got to get this team hyped up. They've got to get them together as one unit, and I think they'll win a lot of games.
Yeah, absolutely. As Porter Moody looking for something. Deep 3. Gets it to go. He pulled up from very deep that time. That was an NBA range 3. Bring it to within 2. Very low-scoring game to start, but now Jenkins looking to get something going for Weston.
Almost loses his dribble there.
What a play by Luke Tiselli to get that ball out of Jenkins' hands. Luke Tiselli didn't get a ton of playing time last year on varsity, but was a pretty good role player. Came in when the game started to get towards the ends of some of their games, but he's going to be a huge player for them.
Yeah, with all the people graduating, this is a whole new team. They're going to need guys like him, who were role players last year, to step up with starter-level minutes.
Yeah, miscommunication there from Lee and Tiselli, as that one is a turnover. Now Weston to pass it in. 14 seconds and counting. No shot clock. Weston will probably look to get the last shot of the quarter. Stevens inside. May have gotten tipped there by Lee. Moody, no time on the clock at the buzzer. No good. As Wayland down by 2 here in this first mask break. But yeah, you could tell there's some issues with a whole new team. This is, again, just a 1.5 minute mask break. But yeah, obviously Wayland went on one of the best runs in program history last year, losing by 6 to Taconic in the state semifinals. They did have guys like Jack Melvin, Gavin Davies, Gavin Moser, just to name a few, Nick Johnson. Those guys aren't here this year. They provided specifically a lot of height. Zoran Livingston, who was just a freshman last year, but he played incredibly, especially down the stretch. You really are looking to see guys like Noah Lee, Dalek Emanuel, Porter Moody to step up big here.
Yeah, they're the captains. They've got to lead this team in a really weird season, like you've mentioned already, with these mask breaks, these new free throws, all these new and really different stuff with the masks. You can't really breathe as much as we saw with soccer already. Football's delayed. This is really cool that basketball is going on, especially with this, because especially how physical it is, how up close you are with your opponents. We'll see how the rest of this game goes, but I think Wayland will do just fine. They're in a really close game. I think if they clean up those turnovers that they've had, they'll be just fine.
All right, so Dana will pass it in. Dana Fisher for the Warriors. He's checking into the game for the first time. First-year varsity player, but he's going to get big-time minutes this year as Lee gets it to go. That was a 3. Camera doesn't seem to be working now, but there we go. As Weston will pass it around. Knocked out of bounds, Weston ball.
That's some good defense there by Wayland, really pressuring Weston.
As now Weston will pass it out. Stevens now searching for someone. Bunch of new subs in for Weston. He passed it to Israel Osakegi. And Stevens, deep 2, gets it to go over Dana Fisher, who was tight defense there. Wyatt Stevens last year was a freshman. He went on a cool run at one point with Jack Melvin, where he made 2 consecutive threes down the stretch. Obviously, they didn't win that game, but it was a good play. Charging foul called. That's Dalek Emanuel drawing the charge. Great play.
That's very tough from him. You already know if you take the charge, coach automatically has something special in his heart for you. Charges are very difficult to take in basketball, no matter what level you're playing at.
Yeah, absolutely. As corner 3 there from Fisher, can't get it to go. And pressure here, stolen away. I believe that was Lee. And now I believe a foul was called on Weston. Yes, it'll be Dana Fisher at the line shooting 2.
This could get Wayland the lead.
Let's see if Fisher can get his first points. Drains the first one. Yeah, and we apologize. Obviously, this is our first broadcast of the year for basketball. A lot of difficulties with some of the COVID guidelines, so things may not run perfectly smoothly this game, but we promise we're doing everything we can to try to get it to run smoother as we go on. Fisher now shooting his second, and for the Wayland lead. Sinks that one. So already getting a glimpse of how this game and how this series between these two in the 2 games may go the rest of the year. A lot of tight defensive play, struggling on offense, especially with Sawyer Mayhew not playing. I'm not sure that Wayland knew that he wasn't going to play either. 3, Van Houten, no good. Rebound, Fisher, over to Emanuel. Emanuel, Euro step, can't get it to go. Nice move, though.
And he's showing flashes of being a problem. Defense was weak there as Weston gets the bucket in the paint.
That was Christos Latridis. Now Emanuel gets a deep pass, tries to put it up, gets blocked. Now Porter Moody, out. Fisher, 3, gets it to go. That is going to be huge for Wayland this year if Fisher could shoot like that.
He's already got 5 points on the game.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Iatritis to Osakagi. Stolen. That's Ryan McDonald. First time calling his name today. Lee, 3, no good. Tried to go draw a foul, gets his own rebound. Out to Fisher again. Pump fake. Trying to move along the baseline, but loses it out of bounds. Weston with the tough defense. Yeah, so a lot of new names already looking to get some big playing time. Dana Fisher, Ryan McDonald, the first of those. Both of them JV last year. They're going to get big varsity minutes this year, and they're going to have to produce for them.
Yeah, with all the people leaving, like we keep on repeating, a lot of people are going to have to step up in big ways that they normally might not have had to. They're going to have to grow into some bigger roles. And we'll see how they adapt to those challenges.
As Weston turns the ball over, it'll be Wayland ball. Timeout called. And we'll get a quick break here. But, yeah, I mean, anytime you lose that many players, you're going to expect to have a little bit of a slow start to the year, at least offensively. And as you guys may have seen, it was a very small lineup in for Wayland, which I'm sure they're probably pretty happy that Sawyer Mayhew is not playing today, as most teams would to see that a 6'11" player is not playing. But especially with their small team, it really plays right into their strengths.
Yeah, and it's not just that he's 6'11". He can shoot the ball. You don't see that often with big men, especially someone of that size.
And now we'll see who comes back out. But, yeah, well, Gabe, last time Wayland and Weston did battle, it was senior night here in the Warrior Dome. Wayland's leading scorer, Jack Melvin, had a game to remember, 41 points on 10 threes, and an emotional win. With Melvin now gone, who are you looking to step up?
Well, I'm just going to look at the obvious answer, the captains. mostly Noah Lee. He's been on the varsity team for a while now, and I think he's one of the well-known members of this team, and he's got to live up to that by really leading this team to a lot of victories and ultimately being a real big offensive threat from the guard position.
As Weston looks to trap Emmanuel in the corner, but he gets out of it. Emmanuel into McDonald. McDonald finds Fisher for another three. No good, front rim. Van Houten gets a rebound, gets it to Latreitis. Stevens, three. No good. Stevens gets his own rebound in the chaos. Latreitis to Jenkins. Van Houten, three. No good. And it will be Waylon Ball. We're seeing Garrett Spooner in the game for the first time here. Another guy who played JV last year, played some big minutes there. He actually commentated a lot of the games with me last year for the varsity team. Now he's going to be playing really a crucial role on this team. Moody in, trying to draw a foul, can't get it, can't get the call. As the time runs out, and I believe this will be the end of the first quarter, as we will wait for the clock to tick down for another mask break. Anyways, but yeah, Noah Lee, third in the team in scoring last year, just behind Davies, who was second. But yeah, I mean, they have a lot of holes to fill and a lot of guys that I'm sure would love to get some more playing time. So Gabe, obviously in a game like this with so many stoppages, it may be tough to find a rhythm. Do you think that could affect maybe either the offense or the defense, or
I would think that in basketball, I feel like the defense has the advantage.
Yep.
So I don't know if that would affect the defense, especially with Sawyer Mayu not playing. I think the offense, they've already had a couple turnovers, a couple really passes all over the place. I think the offensive rhythm may hinder a little bit, but I think Coach Doherty is on top of that in the huddle over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Doherty been here for a long time. So has head coach Dave First of Weston, who actually almost got ejected from the senior night game last year after a traveling violation was called on Alton Jenkins. But both these coaches have been around for a while. They've coached for a long time. This has got to be completely different for them. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
Yeah, this is new for everyone. No one has ever experienced a pandemic before that's still alive today. So I think everyone has to adapt. It's not like there's no veterans in this field. So I think people have just got to adapt to the new situations, everything they do.
Absolutely. And now as Weston will start with the ball here, Jenkins gets it in, gets stripped. They say Weston ball, but Waylon not happy with the call. Noah Lee pleading that it went off of Jenkins' foot.
Oh, and they're going to call it.
Yeah, they take it side out. There's no baseline. They don't take it out for the baseline this year with COVID. Not really sure the exact impact of that or the meaning, but we'll try to figure it out. Misses long there. I believe that was Latreitis, as now Lee will dribble it up. Moody, Spooner, back to Moody. Nice pass into McDonald from Lee. McDonald can't get it to go after it rattles around the rim a few times. McDonald does get a hand on it, but Weston will stay with the ball. Jenkins into the lane. There's a foul called. We'll see. I guess they did call it a shooting foul. And that
He's
should
get
be
another chance at the line here.
Yeah, I guess it will be an N1. It looked like it may have been on the floor from where we're watching, but it was hard to tell where they called it. As Lee checks out of the game for the first time, and Tiselli is in. Can't get the free throw to go on the and one. And another foul is called on another made shot. Definitely not what you want to see, but that's going to happen now with these free throw attempts with a small team like Wayland.
And limited people in the paint.
Yeah. And second and one opportunity. Didn't convert the first, as you guys just saw, but a chance to take a 3-point lead. Can't get that one to go. Foul called on Weston there over the back. And it will be Wayland ball. Lee back into the game.
Just over 3 minutes left on the clock.
And Moody to Tiselli into McDonald. Fisher thought about it, decided not to shoot it, as that one is picked off
Risky
in
pass
the lane.
there.
So that was number 34, Hunter Gutting for Weston. Now Latreitis, 3, no good, front rim. A lot of missed threes here as McDonald will slow it down. A little bit of confusion from this Wayland offense and the Weston offense early on. Nothing unusual, though, in the first game of the season.
It's going to be really hard to go on runs if this keeps happening because of all these stoppages. It's going to be tough to get into a rhythm like we talked about during the break.
Yeah, as Luke Tiselli out of bounds when he caught the pass. So it will be Weston ball once again. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for offenses to really get into a rhythm when you're only playing 4 minutes at a time, as Noah Lee playing tough defense there on Stevens. Latreitis over to Van Houten. Gutting, fall away shot, not even close. And a foul called on Weston. Wayland will stay with the ball. If you're just joining us, I'm Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Gabe Leikerman. I believe we're still in the first quarter. Kind of hard to tell with all the mask breaks, but yeah, this is Wayland versus Weston. First game of the season. 16-14 Weston as Luke Tiselli takes a 3. Wide right. And Weston will try to move it up. They almost lose it out of bounds. Nice save by Wyatt Stevens. Latreitis. Van Houten, spin move. Nice move by Van Houten. Can't get it to go. Jenkins 3. His three-pointer is no good. We have seen a whole lot of misses as a nice pass into McDonald decides not to shoot it. Lee really wants the ball over there, but Fisher decided not to make the cross-court pass. Moody. Lee, 3. No good. Nice job by Fisher to keep that alive. Tiselli can't get it to go. Really sloppy basketball from both teams so far in this game. And looked like Van Houten tried to dunk that one. Couldn't really get it or even come close. Nice pass by Lee into Tiselli for 2. No-look pass.
Great court vision there without using his vision. It was a really good no-look pass. And I think Tiselli knew Noah Lee has that ability and was ready for that pass.
Yeah, and we have seen Lee make those flashy passes game after game after game for the past few years. Lee and Moody make up a great backcourt in terms of guys that just spread the ball around, play outstanding defense, can shoot the ball, can really do pretty much everything, even though they may not be as tall as guys like Sawyer Mayhew, who obviously not playing, but they've done a great job.
It's going to hit Wayland really hard when these kids leave for college because Wayland's going to have to fill that backcourt spot, and they're going to have to fill that locker room. That locker room is run by these guys. They're the leaders.
Yeah, as Larson checks back into the game.
It's going to be hard for Wayland, especially, to lose their captains like that.
Yep. Cullen throws it over. Van Houten. Nice pass by Van Houten, but that will be lost out of bounds by Weston. Del Ducetto not really happy with something that happened. Maybe he wanted a foul on the catch, but He does not get it. Wayland ball. There will be no shot clock here for this possession. Imagine Lee will dribble out for a few seconds, try to get the last shot. Moody almost loses it. 6 seconds and counting. Out to Boulevard to Larson. Floater, can't get it to go. First time seeing Charlie Boulevard in the game. He's their only big man that's going to be available tonight with John Kelly out. But pretty good start to the game. Not exactly offensive dominated, but we've seen some bright spots with a few of the guys like Dana Fisher, 5 points early on. Ryan McDonald's played pretty well, especially defensively. So obviously you can't expect them to have everything going first game of the season with all these new players, but what have you seen, Gabe?
I mean, I've seen some good ball movement, especially on the Wayland side of the ball. Really on both sides, but Wayland making these switches of the ball, if that makes sense, cross court, really trying to find open looks, and as you can see, it's working because they've got a tie game.
Yeah, and Weston playing a zone defense that they played last year. Very similar anyways, where Wayland's just got to keep passing the ball around. Eventually someone will be open. They're just having trouble finding those guys without turning the ball over. As we wait to end this mask break, it seems like both teams seem to be ready. Not much is being discussed, just a little breather as the refs wait for the clock to run down. But this is definitely going to be something to get used to.
Yeah, a lot of dead time, no real play going on as we're just about to start.
As it will be Wayland ball to start this portion of the second quarter. All right, so it seems like every quarter is split up into 2 halves pretty much. So a lot to follow, but we're getting the hang of it. Now Lee looking for something, trying to set something up. Emmanuel now. Back to Lee. Cross court to Larson. Larson finds Boulevard inside. Boulevard, tough finish. That's something they have not gotten so far in this game. Just tough post play. That'll be huge if Boulevard can fill that presence, or at least help fill the presence that Gavin Davies left, as that is an and 1 3 there from Weston. I believe that may have been Will Van Houten. Played a big role last year. He's playing a big role here today. Rebound Weston. Sorry, that was not Van Houten. That was Del Ducetto. As he airballs the 3. Wayland ball. Wayland really needs to get something going here, Gabe, before Weston figures it out to try to jump out to a lead.
Yeah, that defense was very sloppy, fouling him on that 3-point attempt. You know not to do that. And that sloppy offense right there from Emmanuel, not the way to start off after the break.
Oh, makes up for it there. Nice steal by Emmanuel. First year as a captain this year. He is the third and final senior captain for Wayland, along with Moody and Lee, who were captains last year. Fisher inside, floater, can't get it to fall. Boulevard offensive board, no good. And it will be Weston. Yeah, definitely difficult atmosphere here. Normally, we'd have a whole lot of Wayland fans at this game. Student section, I think the best one in the DCL. They showed up big time for their senior night last year against Weston. Nobody here tonight, though.
And they let Sawyer hear it. They let him hear it about his TikTok page, and we really could have used them tonight.
Now Stevens up the floor. Nice defensive effort by Dana Fisher to maybe get a hand on it as Charlie Bolivar comes up with it. Larson now dribbling up. Stolen by Weston.
That's 2 steals in a row for Weston.
Stevens trying to find someone. Yeah, you can tell this Weston offense just does not flow very smoothly without Mayhew. Stolen by Lee. Great job by Lee. Into Fisher. Fisher, floater, gets it to go. Great job by Noah Lee to get the steal. Find Fisher. Fisher puts it in. Bring it back to within 1.
And this is really good to see Dana Fisher taking so many shots in his first year on the varsity team. Really shows that he has the confidence to play at the next level.
Yeah, and in varsity, especially when you're making the jump, you need confidence to have some type of success. He has 7 points already, over a third of the team's points. Definitely something you love to see from a guy making his first career start.
And the main question is, when will the other guys, Ryan McDonald, Garrett Spooner, Boulevard, the other bench guys, when will they step up like he is right now? They're probably looking at him, admiring it. They're definitely want to do what he's doing right now, and I trust that they'll do that later in the season.
Yeah, and this is a very tight-knit group. They all want each other to succeed a lot. I asked them before the game started. I got a chance to interview them. Asked them if the pandemic has been preventing them from getting that chemistry going when you can't necessarily go out and see each other, and they said no, not really. They're a tight-knit group of guys. They have a lot of fun, joking around a lot during practice, and I think they're going to be able to figure stuff out and win quite a few games this year.
And it's good that they're having fun too. That'll really help them gel. And who's not having fun when you're playing the sport you love?
Absolutely. And as we mentioned earlier, John Kelly, senior, he got some time spelling Gavin Davies last year. He really did a good job at many points in the year as Porter Moody, tough rebound. But John Kelly, he'll be back soon, hopefully for their next game against Weston away on Friday. But he did a good job for them last year. He's going to be huge for them this year, as we've already seen Charlie Bolivar play some good minutes. Lee gets knocked down on the 3. No call. I believe they call it out of bounds. Lee tried to call a timeout. Oh, he was able to call a timeout right before he went out of bounds. Heads up play there by Lee. "55 seconds here to go in the first half. Very, very low scoring. This game is not really a huge surprise. Wayland will probably be more of a defensive team this year, but definitely didn't expect just 41 total points in the first half, at least where we are right now. So Gabe, if you're Coach Doherty here right now, what are you telling your team?
I'm telling them to keep doing what they're doing on offense. They're passing it around. They're really getting a lot of good open looks, and they're delivering on them. I don't think inside is really working because, as you said, they're playing a zone defense, which means they're all clumped in near the basket. So they can't really drive in, and it's not really working for them. They've missed a bunch of chances from inside the paint. I think their best chance is from the outside, from the mid-range and beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they have guys that can get hot real quickly. One guy specifically who we haven't seen yet, Brian Grasso, JV last year, but he can really start hitting shots when he gets hot. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll see him at some point here tonight. Taselli now to Emmanuel. Bolivar. Not great spacing right now for Wayland, but as Emmanuel back to Lee. Nice pass into Moody, gets it stripped. Stevens now, he gets it stripped from Lee.
That's a good steal by Noah Lee. Really heads up play.
It will still be Weston ball with 28.6 remaining in the first half, but great job by Lee. Stevens, deep three, gets that one to go, swishes it in. Impressive shot as Whalen will look to get the last shot here.
That's the second three he's had. He's showing that range, really making Wayland really respect that shot.
Yeah, and Whalen's goal before this game was to try to not let Stevens get any open looks. He's gotten 2 so far, but Emmanuel no good on the 3. Foul called. That is a brutal foul with 0.2 seconds to go, but it'll be okay, as Weston will just pass the ball in.
And a horn will sound.
And shot does not go up in time. So, halftime, Wayland down by 4, 24-20. Weston with the lead. We're going to take a very short break and be right back in the second half. Hello everyone and welcome back to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland boys varsity basketball. I'm Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Gabe Leikerman. Tight defensive game, not a lot of offense. Weston leads 24-20 in the beginning of the second half. And that was a big mental mistake there by Weston.
Just getting back in the groove of the season.
Yeah, not really sure what Hunter Gutting was thinking really there, but just a lapse. Open 3 for Larson, gets it to go. Larson pumped up after he gets his first shot of the season to fall. Big shot for Wayland to bring him within 1.
I like that fast start from Wayland.
And foul called, I believe, on Emmanuel. Not really sure what happened there. He's not either, but I believe it will still be Weston ball, as Jenkins checks into the for Gutting, who is getting maybe reprimanded a little bit by Coach First. Or no, that's Gutting with the shot there. Sorry, a little hard to tell about watching on TV with the black uniforms. Hard to see the numbers, but you guys get the point. Now Weston will again take it out. New shot clock. See if they can get something. Van Houten stolen by Lee. Great job to step in front of the passing lane. Easy bucket for Wayland. They need more of that if they want to get some offense going.
And they have the lead. This is a fast start from Wayland. It's really taken Weston by surprise, clearly.
Yeah, and first lead for Wayland since the first quarter. Hopefully that sparks something in their shooting, as Jenkins takes it inside, called for a traveling. Jenkins had quite a few traveling calls in their meeting last year on senior night. Head coach Dave First was not happy then. Doesn't seem to be very happy right now, but no technical fouls tonight. Porter Moody now finds Lee in the corner. 3 ball, gets it blocked. Jenkins now. Van Houten finds Stevens in the corner. Stevens to Gutting. Or excuse me, Del Ducetto. Now Del Ducetto, mid-range from the corner. Not close. So now Lee will find Moody. Moody, nice move inside. Into Taselli, I believe. Yeah, that's Taselli. Great job by Moody finding Taselli. Taselli gets it to go. Timeout by Weston. Wayland's bench hyped up. Finally getting a 3-point lead.
That's a 4-0
run.
offense. 4-0 run to start the half there.
Yeah, actually I believe it was 7-0 run.
Correct.
They were down. Yeah, they were down by 24-20 at halftime, but definitely a much better start to this half for Wayland, with a little more than 2 minutes remaining in the first half of the third quarter. Sounds crazy, but that's just how it is this year with COVID.
And we're not even through that first half. That was a timeout. That wasn't even a mask break. So
Yeah.
you could say we're a quarter of the way through
Yeah.
the third quarter.
And obviously, so Sawyer Mayhew, I don't think really anyone knew before the game that he wasn't going to be playing. Sawyer Mayhew is a big part of this Weston offense specifically. What does it mean for Wayland that he's not playing in this game?
I think that's a relief, to be totally
Yeah.
honest. You do not see a nearly 7-foot player in high school very often, especially around here. So that's a relief, especially since Wayland is a shorter team this year. They would have a really tough time guarding him and not have as much success as they are having right now.
Yeah, unlucky play there, as Dalek Emanuel played great defense on Van Houten. Van Houten tried to get it back to Latreitis, who was actually standing out of bounds when he passed it to him. But Porter didn't see the pass, hit him in the head, and went out of bounds. So Weston ball. Now, Jenkins finds Latreitis into Del Ducetto. Del Ducetto back to Van Houten. Tough defense from Emanuel. Corner. Trying to look for someone. Stevens. Stevens may have traveled there. Shot clock violation. Weston had no idea, and the Wayland bench is going crazy right now.
And that noise sounds like we do have people in the stands. But
Yeah.
in reality, we don't. That's just the Wayland bench. They are behind their players. They're behind this team. And that's what we like to see to start the season.
Yeah, in the past couple years, we've seen the Wayland bench really get into games, especially during that Jack Melvin 41-point game last year when they were loving it. Foul called on Porter Moody on the floor. Weston will take it side out. Yeah, one very bright spot I've seen, Gabe, is this Wayland defense. They've been really incredible as we see them pressuring that time. Great pass by Van Houten to even get it to Latreitis. Latreitis for three. No good. Emanuel comes away with it.
And this defense has really taken a spark in the third quarter. And that's a three.
Three ball. Big shot there.
Tiselli with the big three to put them up 30-24. 10-0 run here for Wayland in the third quarter.
And now easy mid-range from Stevens. Stevens has been really the only bright spot of this Weston offense so far today. Hitting, I think that's his fourth shot that he's made in this one with 50 seconds left to go until we get a mask break. We're in the third quarter. Emanuel, corner, Larson, three. No good. Great rebound by Lee. Lee to Moody for three. No good. Rebound Stevens. Stevens now. Floater. No good. Rebound by Tiselli. And a foul called on Stevens on the rebound. It will be Wayland ball. Once again, no shot clock. We'll see if Wayland tries to get the last shot. But obviously that last shot not as important with considering it's just a mask break, but you never know what could happen.
And that could give them that momentum going into the mask break. We talked about what would that mask break do to teams? Will it stop their momentum? Maybe that last shot, them hitting a, you could say, buzzer beater, would really impact that and their offense to stay.
Good pass by Fisher, cross court, but Wayland can't convert as Jenkins now tries to keep it in play. Nice shot by Del Ducetto as the buzzer winds down to bring it within two, but Wayland takes a 2-point lead here as we're going to get a mask break. Anyways, Gabe, what did you see that quarter that really changed for Wayland?
That was a commanding quarter, especially on that offense end. That defense really overlooked in that quarter, only allowing 4 points. They were really on the job, but the offense especially, scoring 10, really took that Weston defense by surprise. They really did not expect them to hit them that hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And this has been a very, very fast-moving game. We are approaching 40 minutes played in the game, or 40 minutes regular time-wise, and we are halfway through the third quarter. So that's definitely going to be something that will probably continue to happen as the season goes on. But yeah, we'll see how both teams handle it as we see the ref giving us a little show with the ball spinning on his finger. Maybe not sure he's on camera.
The only person I've seen acknowledge the camera this whole game has been Tiselli. Kind of gave us a little bit of a hello from the court when we started the third quarter.
And yeah, obviously nobody in the stands here except for our camera person, so very, very interesting dynamic. Kind of almost feels like it's a scrimmage. As Wayland will take it side out. That's Tiselli. Moody now. Gets a screen from Tiselli. Gets blocked on the three. Great job by Osagagi. Gady. Great play by Porter Moody to knock that out of Jenkins' hands.
And that's
Wayland ball.
That's a great recovery from Porter Moody. He really turned on the gas, turned on his jets, got back on defense, and made a really good play.
Yeah, and the impressive part about that was he got blocked on a three-pointer, didn't put his head down or anything, just sprinted back down, got a block. No harm, no foul. As Moody now, three this time, not blocked. He sinks that one. 5-point lead for Wayland, their biggest lead of the day. As now Weston trying to get something going. That's Latritis. No good. Dana Fisher comes away with the board.
Dana Fisher's first minutes of the third quarter.
And Brian Grasso comes in, gets called for the charge. Or excuse me, called for the traveling. And Wayland bench up on their feet trying to clap, get some energy going. Porter Moody on Stevens. Probably the best defender against maybe the best offensive player, or at least shooter. Inside to Osagagi. Shot from Weston, not even close. Knocked out of bounds, Wayland ball. 5 we see in right now. Tiselli, Moody, Grasso, Fisher, and I could not see the last one before he got off the screen, but we'll see as the camera turns here. And it's McDonald, the 5th one in. Moody now. Trying to get something going. Fisher, back to Moody. McDonald, Grasso 3. No good, may have been tipped, but great job by Luke Tiselli to stay with that one and put it in. He's gotten things going here, Gabe, in the second half.
This is 7-point lead for Wayland right now.
Yeah, they're starting to get it going. Meanwhile, Weston continues to stall on offense.
And the Weston coach noticeably upset. Really giving his players a stern word.
Yeah, he's a very vocal coach during the game. Now Jenkins, 3-ball. McDonald all over him, gets the rebound as well. See, if you watch the spacing from Wayland, it just seems like they're not really sure what's going on with their offense perfectly, but they'll get that settled as Grasso can't come away with that 3-ball. Stevens, deep 3. No good. Grasso, nice board. Moody, McDonald. Back to Moody for 3. No good. All right, but that was actually Taselli. My apologies. Weston misses wild shot from Del Ducetto. He can't sink it though. Fisher, 3-ball. No good. Whalen really chucking up the 3 right now. But not working perfectly, but they do have a 7-point lead since they've started doing it, so I guess can't complain.
Been a lot of back and forth. Cold streak for both teams here.
Yeah, and it helps when Weston just continues to throw up bricks. Fisher now inside. Nice finish by Dana Fisher. Dana Fisher putting on a show here tonight in his varsity debut. 9-point lead for Whalen. Maybe a 2-for-1 opportunity here for Weston. And Del Ducetto fell down. Van Houten still passed to him. Whalen really hyped up. Timeout called by Weston. Whalen really starting to get going here. Pretty impressive to see.
And you do not need the stat sheet to see how much work Dana Fisher is putting in. He's got either 9 points or he's at double digits already. But he's putting on a show, and you can clearly see that during this broadcast.
Yeah, and a lot of times last year, we'd see one of 3 guys have big nights. It would either be Jack Melvin, Gavin Davies, or Noah Lee. I think this year it's going to be really spread out, the scoring at least, with a lot of guys just getting a lot of open shots, because you can't really double anyone necessarily. And if you're playing a zone like this, all you have to do is pass it around and wait for someone to get open.
And eventually someone will, and we've seen that all game long. Weston's been trying to play the zone, and as you can see, they're down by 9, not really working.
Yeah, and of course, with that being said, it has not been a perfect game by any means for Whalen, as it has certainly helped that Weston cannot seem to hit a shot at all, as they only have 4 points in this quarter with 28 seconds left to go. So just 4 points in about 7.5 minutes. Whalen, meanwhile, has 17. As it'll be Weston taking it side out. Another 2-for-1 opportunity if they get off, or excuse me, not a 2-for-1 opportunity with the 30-second shot clock. Van Houten, open 3 because the defender fell. No good after it rattles around. Fighting for the board. Great job by McDonald to come away with it. Now Taselli gets it to Moody, and they'll try to get one final bucket here in the third quarter. Inside, Taselli. Moody, deep 3 again. Rattles around, no good. Weston cannot get up a shot. Whalen, big quarter. They outscored Weston 17-4 in that one. 9-point lead. We'll have a 1.5 minute break here, as hopefully Whalen can continue to close out this game when we come back. Just waiting for the clock to wind down, and they'll just start the fourth quarter here. If you're just joining us, we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. I'm Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Gabe Leikerman. Really low-scoring game, very quick game. Wayland up by 9. Stolen away immediately. Great job by Moody to get a hand on it. Now Larson can't quite handle the errant pass by Fisher, but yeah, we did start to see a lot of good things for Wayland last quarter. They were down by 4 at the half, did a great job to figure things out last quarter. 17-4, they won the quarter as a foul called there on Larson. Gabe, what have you seen so far from this Wayland team?
I've seen some good defense, especially only allowing 4 points in that third quarter, and some good offense. They're really playing well on both sides of the ball. Like you said, not a perfect game they're playing, but they're definitely playing well, and it's showing with this big lead.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you on that. As Weston trying to get something going, need to make up the 9-point deficit in these next 7.5 minutes. Van Houten, 3, no good again. He has been ice cold here tonight. As Moody, trying to find something. Nice pass and a Larson for 2. 11-point lead for Wayland. And we just really continue to say that's Wayland's biggest lead. Wayland's biggest lead. Now 11 points. They're starting to smell a good chance at victory here.
We are saying Wayland's biggest lead a lot, but I am glad we are saying it.
Yeah, absolutely. As a quick timeout there from Weston, head coach Dave First definitely not liking what he is seeing from Weston. Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, last year, Wayland and Weston faced each other twice. Neither game was very competitive, even though the second game was very exciting with the 40 points from Jack Melvin. But first game, Wayland won by 25 points on the road. So, obviously, Wayland has really controlled the series. The two most veteran players, Porter Moody and Noah Lee, been on varsity. This is their 4th year now. Wayland has not lost to Weston yet in their tenure on varsity. So hopefully that remains true tonight and Friday, but we will see, especially if we can figure out what's going on with Sawyer Mayhew. If he comes back Friday, he'll definitely be a problem. Tipped by Moody, can't quite stay with it. Out on Weston, Wayland ball. Porter Moody is loving it. And he let Weston hear it a little bit on that one.
This is just great defense shown by Wayland, Weston's given up a ton of points, and Wayland only given up 4 since halftime.
Yeah, as Lee now finds Fisher. Can't see who's in the corner there. 3-ball, Mac Larson. Starting to feel it in this second half. Been saying that about a lot of players too. Now, Stevens gets it stripped a little bit, but went right to his teammate, Osagedi. Weston now looking inside. Nice move by Latreitis. Could not get it to fall. Really a brutal half from Weston. Larson, a little bit of confusion there. Not sure, Larson and Fisher, not sure who it was for, but as Weston gets a quick 2 points, their first points of the quarter.
Hopefully that's not a spark for something big for Weston here.
Yeah, as we have 6 minutes left in the game. 3-ball, Fisher, front rim, no good. Gets his own rebound. Floater, no good. Out of bounds on Wayland. It'll be Weston ball.
And again, Dana Fisher showing his confidence. Was ready to get the offensive board. Still put up another shot, showing he knows he can make those type of shots.
Yeah, as Weston now with a chance to cut it to single digits with a 3 here. I'm looking for Stevens to maybe get an open look, as that will not happen. As great job by Ryan McDonald to cause the turnover. Nice bucket there. Dana Fisher. Once again.
For sure double digits for him tonight.
But yeah, both players went down to the ground. No foul called. 14-point lead again for Wayland. Jenkins, easy run to the basket. Those were probably their easiest points of the night.
What I'm starting to observe about Jenkins, his shot is not really there. He's really good at getting to the paint and finishing at the rim. You've seen that he got 2 and 1s in a row but could not convert them. His shooting is not the best. And Wayland, I think, is clearly not respecting his shot. He's making him pay by taking it to the rim.
Yeah, definitely is. That ball was tipped by Weston, but it will stay Wayland ball. Now Lee to Emmanuel. Lee. Fisher. Larson in the corner at the buzzer, gets it to go. Shot clock winding down. Larson in the corner. He's having a lot of fun right now. Bench loving it. Wayland loving it. 15-point lead for Wayland. 2-for-1 opportunity if they can get a quick bucket, but it would have to be really quick now. 3 ball. Air ball, not even close. No shot clock now. Larson, 3 again. No good. Wayland wanted that one. As now Weston will have a chance to get the final shot. They will not. Quick 3, no good. Jenkins tries to get the board, but lost out of bounds. Larson got a hand on it. Last player to touch it. 9.3 left to go in the first part of the fourth quarter. Definitely not language you'd think we'd be saying in a basketball game, the first half of the fourth quarter, but here we are. That one's lost out of bounds, Wayland ball. Yeah, comeback not seeming very likely anymore as the time winds down for Weston, but if they want to win, they really have to start hitting a bunch of threes and get some better stops.
And we've seen Wayland do it. They went on a huge run. Weston's got to do that too in the second half.
Fisher, 3, buzzer, no good. 15-point lead for Wayland. 4 minutes left to go in the game. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be back in about a minute and a half. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WSPN's live coverage of Wayland boys varsity basketball. I'm Josh Schreiber, once again, alongside Gabe Leikerman. 4 minutes left to go in this game, a very, very quick game. Just an hour and 7 minutes into this one, and we are already just 4 minutes away from the end of this game. Very low scoring, 47 for Wayland, 32 for Weston. Wayland has completely controlled the second half.
And that might even be an understatement. It has been brutal for Weston coming out of halftime.
Yeah, and Wayland, the second half has been 27 for Wayland, 8 for Weston. So it was starting to look like in the first half that it was whichever team was going to get it going first. It was Wayland, and Weston has not gotten it going at all, as Jenkins will shoot 2 at the line. And he misses the first, showing the struggles of Weston, who are without 6'11" stretch 4 Sawyer Mayhew, who has 5 Division I offers right now. And you can probably hear Wayland bench making a lot of noise right now. They're loving this game. Miss from Weston, maybe a violation from Wayland, on Wayland. Maybe step too early. I believe it was Dalek Emmanuel. So Jenkins will get another. Misses that one too. 0 for 3 at the line for Jenkins. He's actually 0 for 5 on the game. What a move by Dalek Emmanuel. Gets it to go. Bench loving it. Again, not the first time we've said that. Tight-knit team. They're just enjoying this game right now. 17-point lead.
And Dalek Emmanuel showing that speed we all know he has. Great stuff from the captain.
Yeah, and really the captains have not done a ton scoring the ball, but they have done a great job facilitating. As Lee, great job coming away with that. Ryan McDonald on the pass from Moody gets it to go. 19-point lead for Wayland. What a difference that one half makes. And we'll have Weston taking the ball out, I believe. And another timeout is called. 3 minutes left to go in this game. No signs of Weston coming to life at all. And this has got to be a frustrating game for Weston if they've taken a beating in this series over the past several years. Started to look like in the beginning of this game that maybe they were the superior team. Wayland shut that down very quickly.
This is not how you want to start the season if you're Weston. You came in here, new season, new beginning in this series. You guys got beat down last year, getting swept. This is really not how you wanted to start. You wanted a fresh start against this team, and you just didn't get it.
Yeah. And now we're just waiting for the timeout to end. Larson seems to be checking into the game or something, or just getting Purell. Definitely something I didn't think I'd ever say in a basketball game before this year. Larson goes to get Purell before checking into the game, but there's a first for everything this year. The 5 in for Wayland. Looks like we have McDonald, Lee, Moody, Emmanuel, and Sashwa Dawson into the game for the first time.
And I think that Wayland knows it's a little late for Weston to be able to get back into this game. So they're playing some guys minutes that they might not normally play, getting them some time on the floor, getting them a little better.
As Jenkins, another miss. He is ice cold tonight. Moody looking for something, kind of just running the clock down. Foul called on Weston, a reach-in foul on number 31, Mike McLaughlin. Moody passes it in to Lee. Lee to Emmanuel. Emmanuel 3-ball. No good. And now Wyatt Stevens in transition. Weston, easy 2 there.
I don't know if you guys caught that. Stevens with a behind-the-back pass there.
Yeah, I guess as Moody upset with himself that he couldn't haul in that pass from Lee. Full court pass. It was a good pass. Difficult catch, though, with the tight defense. As we get another stoppage in play. Seems like we soared through the first 3.5 quarters, and now all of a sudden we're getting a lot of timeouts and stoppages called. But we'll see what head coach Dave First has up his sleeve as this game draws to a close. 17-point lead for Wayland.
And what I'm respecting about Weston, they are not giving up in this game. There's very little time left. I think, personally, that it's a little late for them to get back into this game, but they are clearly fighting till that whistle blows or that horn sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gabe, in a game like this, even if Weston is not able to come back, you want to try to get something going on offense. First game of the season. They have to play Wayland again later this week. So if you can get something going, get that confidence up a little bit, you can try to get that win in game 2. As believe Bolivar back into the game. Grasso into the game. Doss still in the game. And then Lee and Moody will stay. Now Osagadi gets it tipped by Moody. Moody almost comes away with the steal. He ends up getting the ball, scrum for the ball. Bolivar comes away with it. Moody tries to bank it in. Can't get it to go. He won't miss that shot very often. And tipped there. I believe it may have been Fisher that got a hand, Doss that got a hand on it. Inside, Bolivar gets blocked. It will be Wayland ball. And a little bit of confusion now of where the ball should be taken out, as Moody and Lee both check out of the game. It'll be Spooner into the game and Fisher. And backcourt violation called. Not sure what the holdup was for that. I guess if he had passed it, it may have been okay, but caught it with 1 foot in the front court. Then his back leg went behind it. No harm, no foul with 1:30 left to go. Wayland up 17. Stevens, 3, gets to go. Continues to show off his range. Really the only guy that's been able to for Weston tonight. Fisher, Doss. Doss, nice pass into Bolivar. Fisher. Doss was a little slow to get up, but he'll set a screen here. Fisher. Screen from Bolivar. Bolivar inside. Almost loses it. Puts up a shot. Won't go. Weston with the ball. 14-point deficit with 49 seconds remaining and counting. Foul called on Wayland. And Weston still has maybe a couple starters in. Actually, it's really just Stevens that's still in the game. The rest of the guys in did not start the game. Now passing it around still. Weston can't really get anything to work right now, as Weston saves it. Dana Fisher got a hand on that, but couldn't quite come up with the steal. They're trying to just get into the passing lanes. Now Spooner, 14 seconds left. I don't know if Wayland realizes there's only 14 seconds left. 3-ball, Doss, no good. Fisher gets the rebound. Yeah, I think Wayland now realizing that they don't need to score. Yeah, they really had no idea how much time was left on the clock. But that will do it here in this game, I believe. Kind of unsure right now. Yes, that will do it here in this one. A little bit of a confusing ending there. Wayland 51, Weston 37. Very low scoring game. Gabe, what did you see?
I mean, I just saw amazing play on both sides of the ball for Wayland in the second half, especially. That offense really took flight, scoring 31 points in the second half in total. And
yeah, it's
allowing like 13, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us here on WSPN. You can catch us for the next game. Will be the girls varsity basketball team. They take on Weston Friday night, I believe at 6:30. So tune into that one. It'll be their home opener. But yeah, thank you for joining us. I'm Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Gabe Leikerman. Have a good night.